I am Thor, son of Odin, and as long as there is life in my breast, I am running out of things to say.
Great, another broken white boy for us to fix.
That's my secret, Cat. I'm always angry.
You took everything from me.
I don't even know who you are. With great power comes great responsibility. I can do this all day.
Wakanda forever!
And what up, Internet, to another episode of Views from the 616, the blackest MCU podcast in the multiverse, powered by For All Nerds, where we discuss everything in the MCU from the perspective of people of color. And in this, one of your hosts, Tatiana King, a.k.a. The Life and Times of Sharon Carter, a.k.a. LaWandaVision, a.k.a. The Wicked Witch of the West View, a.k.a. Coldest Winter Soldier Ever. And I'm here joined by many people because it is our all-star review of What If Season 1. But before we get too close into things, I have to introduce my lovely co-host, my bespectacled, always fly co-host.
Thank you very much. It's your boy DJ Ben Amin, a.k.a. Brother Voodoo Child, the Black Adam Warlock, Hank Grimm the Sad Titan, Grandmaster Flash Jordan, Karen Civil War.
So ridiculous, as usual. And like I said, we are joined by a lot of people today, so I want to make sure you are all introduced to them. First up, we have the newcomer, Nisha Campbell. Please let everybody know who you are and where you're from.
Hey, y'all. Yeah, I am from the But Why Though podcast community. I have two podcasts. One, the anime podcast known as Did You Have To, where I'm also known as Deku's auntie. I will fight for that little crybaby, Cinnamon Roll. He not a crybaby, but he can cry. And then also the other podcast I host is So Here's What Happens.
Excellent. Deku from My Hero Academia, right?
Yes.
He be crying for reasons. It's okay.
For reasons. He's 14. He a teenager.
He does the cry.
Floods.
We're going to keep it rolling. We also have Janicia F. Please, Janicia, introduce yourself and let them know where you're from.
Hey, it's Janicia or Jay from Tea with Queen and Jay podcast. Who am I? AKA AKA Storm Every Damn Day, AKA Womanist Race Nerd, AKA Wondering Woman. I had another I was mulling on, but I couldn't come up with I couldn't make it clever. But what if you weren't a coon? What if? That's all. It could be more clever, but it was on my tongue. I almost didn't say it, but it's what I want to know. I want to watch an episode on that.
Janicia, that is the top of the mountain for you, okay? I love it.
Wow.
I appreciate it. It's
I had to
perfect
walk
as
off
is.
camera for that one.
Right. No, it's perfect as is. Also, we have fresh off of an amazing hosting of the Star Trek panel on New York Comic Con 2021. We have Karen Mahorn.
What's up, everybody? I don't remember any of my aliases because I'm exhausted. So I'm just going to say what's up. I'm Cameron, a.k.a. The Blur Girl. And I have a show on Twitch that's now twice a week. And I, for some reason, because I'm out of my mind, I'm also have a column over at Sci-Fi Wire. And everything else I do, I also have a podcast that wants to be for all nerds when it grows up. The Blur Girl podcast. So I'm happy to be here.
Excellent. And last but not least, we have a man so famous, he goes by one name like Beyonce. What?
Hey, it's Rod from the Blackout Touch podcast, a.k.a. Peter Pumpkin Spice, a.k.a. Fetty Krueger, a.k.a. Y the Latte Man, a.k.a. the Autumn Soldier, a.k.a. Fall Mite of My Negro Black Academia. What up, though? Thank y'all for having me.
The Autumn Soldier.
The Autumn Soldier.
I said, why the latte?
W-H-Y.
I'm here for My Negro Academia. Can I enroll? Actually,
Let's
can I
do
teach?
this.
I'm in grad school.
I was going to say,
now.
you should teach. You should have a syllabus.
I'll have a syllabus. I'll have it ready.
What would your power be?
Oh, my power is stress ball. So even when people listen to our podcast, we had a special intro done, and I decided like mine is stress ball. So my power is I take all the anxiety I feel, and I'm able to take that in and use it as like a Hulk strength.
Oh, so wait, you're Riri Destro, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's your AKA. There you are. Anyways, thank you to all the black people here in the building. We appreciate you. And as I said at the top, we're here to discuss all things season 1 of What If on Disney+. But before we do, we have something very important to mention. Yeah, Ben, it's really important that we mention that this week's All-Star review of What If is brought to you by Target. Target!
Word up. Target is partnering with HBCUs to support the next generation of Black talent.
And one of the ways Target is teaming up with HBCUs is through Target's HBCU Design Challenge, where HBCU students submit designs to be included in Target's Black History Month collection.
That's right. Winners also receive a cash prize, equipment, mentoring, and networking opportunities. And like we all know, if you go to an HBCU, networking opportunities are what we need. It's the lifeblood.
It is the lifeblood. I mean, especially as we are from the illustrious Howard University. HU.
You know.
You know how important networks are, and you know how important like the community is, right? The Howard community, where you talking about the alum, when you talking about the students, especially now, like you see how really prevalent that is when it comes to just living your life, when it comes to career, when it comes to everything. So because of that, that's why we're really happy about this program that Target is doing. And funny enough, what this year's winners, they're from FAMU, Bowie State, and Hampton. So HBCU love, big up to you.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Check back during Black History Month to see the latest winners' designs that will be featured in Target's 2022 Black History Month collection.
Yes. And again, I am really appreciative how Target is uplifting Black artists. Art in general, and especially art in the Black community, is absolutely required, is absolutely necessary, is how we help push the culture, how we help push the agenda forward. So I'm really happy that Target is doing this project.
Word up. Celebrate your legacy. Invest in the future. Together, we are Black Beyond Measure.
Visit target.com/Black Beyond Measure to learn more. And with that, we are here to talk the All-Star What If review.
Gotta start doing the robot.
That's ridiculous. So I want to, and anyone could jump in. Just tell me, just overall, what are your views about this series? This is a different series than what we're used to. You know, it's not necessarily just about one character as we know them from this sacred timeline. This is about multiple stories, just complete changes of story arcs, people. What do you think about the show?
I loved it. It felt very much like comic book to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not an avid comic book reader, you pick up one, you pick up a few, you read them, you forget about it, you go about your life. Next time you're in a comic book store, you pick up a few others, you read them, you go about your life. So I think a lot of the MCU traditionally has been these like ongoing stories. And I really like just being able to show up, watch a story seemingly begin and then end within the same episode, and then ultimately connect to a larger story. I thought that was really cool in this kind of like, you know, episodic format to be able to show up, and like it's kind of something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? If you fuck with zombies, it's a zombie story. If you like, for me, I love the Thor episode of just like, I'm like, this is my kind of foolishness. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I really like that every episode there was something for everybody. So I thought it was a good time. I'm looking forward to, you know, season 2.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it too. I think when you talked about that, going back to that comic book thing, I think of a really good annual. So annuals always have like multiple sort of one-off stories, or maybe there's maybe 2 annuals that'll come out, and then they will take characters and put them in different situations. Granted, there is a what if series, but for people who haven't read the comics, that's kind of like what it's like. So there's these self-contained stories. I like that. I really liked episode 2. I don't know if I liked it because it was really good. I liked it because I'm hearing Chadwick again. Yeah. You know, I think my only complaint about the entire series is that it should have been one more episode, and we'll get to that. And there's a lot that they put into that last one, and I'm like, why y'all treating this like a Black director that doesn't know if they're getting to season 2? Like, give us another episode so we can wrap this up properly. That's my feeling.
Nisha, what you have?
Yeah, I definitely loved it too. episode 2 for sure. I felt like, honestly, anything with Chadwick, I was here for, because I hadn't been able to watch anything with Chadwick ever since his passing. So like, What If actually like reintroduced him for me into like entertainment again, and that was beautiful. But then like beyond that, I loved how every episode I was just like, so what's gonna happen? Is it all going into despair, or is like, is there hope? Is there something like bigger growing? And what, like, you know, I like when a show can like keep you guessing and we can't see where it's coming, because like, yeah, there's like what like Karama mentioned, there's the What If series with like the zombies, but I was like, are they gonna play it like they did in the comics, or is this gonna be completely different? So I loved how the show really did that. It just kept you guessing, even with the endings. I was like, oh no, it's too happy. We can't hold on to that happiness.
For sure. And for me, I just felt like it was a love letter to the Marvel universe, because like if you've been a fan of the comics or a fan of the movies or TV shows, it was plucking so many references from so many places, like and things were taking on a life of their own. Like just Killmonger's theme song was enough to be like, oh my God, this is a whole moment. It's bringing back entire memories. Like this dude's about to change everything. So that was dope. And then for Marvel, we're now getting to that point where it's like when, to pardon my basketball analogy, but it's like when Steph Curry shoots a 3-pointer and it just turns the other way and he don't even need to see it go in. That's where they're at right now, because this is high level multiversal nerd shit.
Go.
You know
Here
what I
we go
mean?
with the sports ball.
Sorry about that. It's like when Beyonce is in the song and she's singing a song and she stops singing because she know the crowd gonna do the rest for her, because she's just like, y'all got it. I'm gonna be back here chilling. Y'all go ahead. They must not know about who now. Exactly. That's how it felt like.
Thank
Marvel
you for the
did.
Bay translation, Rod. I appreciate that.
It's like how Rihanna ain't putting out another album ever because she getting paid off of makeup and brows for the rest of her life.
She knows that she's there. Well, and she can eat pie again. Yes.
Yeah, so there
The
it
money's
is.
coming regardless. Disney's
That's
winning
Marvel.
regardless.
The money is coming regardless.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna
But
get
that's
paid
something
regardless.
I'll say about it is like, I think we talked about this on one of the episodes. I think it was by the 3rd episode. I was like, yo, they could, like Rod said, they're at a point where, you know, they Warriors, you know, Warriors in 4, you know, they gonna win.
Yeah.
But it's like, they make it where they're like Warriors in 3. You know, like you gave up after game 3, because they still come with the heat. And that's what I really loved about What If. Like the animation was stellar, the writing was stellar. Everything to me, the voice acting, there were characters who I can't stand in film who I grew to love on What If. They made, I mean, I love Captain Carter already, but the incarnation as Captain Carter, from Agent Carter to Captain Carter, it's just top-notch shit. So, yeah, they killed it.
I'm with you, Ben. Like they just, without even thinking, and to think that they know this, so they could rest on their laurels, right? They could give us trash and people would still eat it up anyway, but they didn't. They really went hard with each episode. And I just, similar to what you said, Nisha, like I just felt like I was actually surprised each episode, like, oh, I didn't expect that to happen. Or, oh, that escalated quickly. Like to still give us that sense of surprise and wonder off of known characters, but of course different stories, I think is really important. And like you said, Ben, like it's certain characters like Black Widow and Hawkeye, I don't really give a damn about them from the films, but I really did give a damn about them in the series and like the trials and tribulations they were all going through. So that being said, we talked about everything, what we liked and what we enjoyed. And yes, the animation was insanity in the best way possible. What did you not like about this series, if anything?
I think I mentioned the ending a little bit. Like, for instance, Killmonger. Like, okay, he puts on the suit and he gets the stones quick. You know, I feel like that should have taken a little bit longer. And then when he actually sat back and said, listen, think about what we could do with these. The moment everybody said no, he should have been out. And then the next episode should have been the final episode, chasing him all over, trying to stop him from doing, stopping from doing. I just think that was really, really the acquiring of the stones to being trapped in that bubble pipeline just was a little too quick for me. I wanted to see that drawn out, and I would have loved that last episode to be seen more. And again, the only other thing I have issue is with that last episode. Doctor Strange had one of like his episode was epic. All the things that he went to do, all the different versions of himself that he fought and killed to become what he did, and then you got him on security duty in the final episode. You know what I mean? Like, let me put you in a bubble so you're safe. You know, let me give you some mate. You know, let me do my mage thing and like just get you up before you go out there so you're protected. And I just feel like it's not like he didn't do anything because again, they couldn't have been trapped.
He brought it on himself.
He did bring it on himself. But I feel like some more of I wanted to see a little bit more fight out of him. That last episode, again, just went too quick for me. I wanted to see an argument. Like, I need you to stop calling me cousin. Like, and let me tell you why. Like, I wanted to hear that discussion. I wanted just so that's my only, major complaint. I did hear people saying that the first episode felt like a female first Avenger, but I don't think it did. I think they were able to. I think it was a good first episode because it brought people into the universe that were only familiar with the MCU.
Right.
But the only thing that annoyed me is everybody and their mother who talks about that episode calls her Captain America. She's not. She's Captain Britain. It says it. It's like she's got a Union Jack on her shield. But nobody will call her Captain Britain. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, she's a female Captain America. I'm like, no, there is no Captain America technically in that. She's fighting for America, but she's fighting for like united forces, which I find interesting.
Well, I just took that like how aunties take it, like when you're playing a game, they're like, oh, you on that Nintendo and you're clearly playing a PlayStation. Like, I just figured they were just using
like
that
Scotch
term.
Towels?
Yeah.
Like Scotch Towels? Okay.
Yeah.
I like how they play with names because you know how it was Black Falcon. And even though it's like, I just took up the Captain American label, it was like, you still Black Falcon.
You still Black, right.
And also with this one, it's Captain Carter. Like it still kept going back to Captain Carter, even though clearly she had the emblazoned flag on her. Everyone in the universe is calling her Captain Carter. So they play with names a lot in this.
Yeah, I would say if there was anything I didn't like, so it's not really the show. It's the issue is that the series was kind of spoiled by that car commercial.
What car commercial?
Okay.
You got money to be buying cars?
You watch TV?
You watch TV?
No.
You got a TV?
No, I don't have cable. I noticed it one time and I was scrolling on my phone and there was like this Hyundai Civic like kind of car commercial. If you type in what if car commercial and like in Marvel, you'll see the car commercial, and basically it gives away that all the heroes who were in the finale are in the commercial together fighting robots.
Oh, hell nah.
And this came out maybe, I want to say a month before the finale.
And
I just
you saw that scrolling online?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
I'm glad the algorithm missed me.
They released it. I think they released it too early. Like and then I looked it up because like I was like thinking about it a while ago. I'm like, did I imagine this myself? Like, nope, it actually exists. Like, this wasn't a fever dream.
Wow,
this was real.
So a little self-sabotage there.
Yeah, just a little self-sabotage. Because like without that, I think I could have just. I mean, most people probably got to be in blissful ignorance and just be like, yeah, we had no idea they was gonna be united. But like my brain, I was like, damn, they gonna all come together at the end, aren't they?
I'm sorry you were spoiled early. That sucks.
That was also spoiled in the trailer, honestly, because there's a circular shot. The circular shot from the Avengers is in the trailer, so it's like
eventually.
That's Marvel. It's one of the things. Like things are gonna get spoiled, but it's like, how does it get there? Is what matters to me. And
also with Marvel, they're good for like a Marvel trailer don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah,
because they real quick to throw some shit in there like it's the Hulk in Wakanda. You be like, word, and then you saw the movie. It's like that nigga never was there.
This one seems to be the one where it had the least misdirection in it.
Yes.
Yeah. Remember when they did that with they had a lot of Coulson in the trailer for the Avengers before he died. Like there's all kinds of scenes that you never saw.
Yeah, I don't trust them.
Yeah. But I will say this. Marvel, in terms of the marketing thing that Nisha was just talking about, Marvel's very siloed. Somebody might have got screamed on for that.
I'm sure.
They tend to go like this. Like there's a whole marketing department that was probably set on a particular schedule, and I think What If got pushed a few times, and it might have been like, did somebody forget to call Tim? Because I see the ad up right
definitely-
now.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I work in marketing too, and my first thought was like, you know what? Somebody probably messed up. Because then I never saw it again. Never
Yeah.
saw it
That's
again.
what I'm
I was
saying.
like,
It happened once, and then Tim got fired, and
I hope
Sorry
Tim
that
didn't
man.
sorry to that man. I hope
Sorry
he
that
didn't
man.
get fired.
I think the only thing I didn't like about this was that missing episode that you were referring to, Karama. Where is the episode with Gamora and that Tony and
COVID. Like,
I mean,
yeah, they
sure,
just
chill.
chilling.
there was a
They
lot of
got
people.
something.
No, like, listen, there was a lot of people last week in our Twitch chat going off about this, and I want people to understand it's not that Marvel don't want to give you the episode. They can't give you the episode at this time. It's
So was
not
it just unfinished?
unfinished?
Okay, that's
in the
different.
story.
Oh,
Yeah.
was it really? Just
Yeah,
really?
And it's not, and it also would not be the episode that you want, Cameron, because I got to say this about like the ending might have been compacted, but the 9th episode was about Tony and Gamora and why they get into the team or why Gamora gets a team.
Right.
But I also feel like the whole like going back with Killmonger versus T'Challa or having them chase Killmonger is retreading stuff that we've seen before. You know, like Killmonger and T'Challa, we've already had that argument out. It's like that argument ain't gonna change. Killmonger ain't gonna change. That's
No,
what
but
this is
Killmonger
about.
with the Stones would have been. I just think that part.
But
would've
he's
been
just that's just gonna be bad very quickly. That's what
Yeah.
people don't
be
get
bad.
about him. People think
Yeah.
that he gonna be like some
Oh, no.
black man. No, he is a monster.
Black man.
He's gonna be a black man. He's gonna be a
Can
black
you
man. He's just gonna be
imagine?
a bad
Yeah.
black man.
Yeah.
Can y'all imagine
Very
the
bad.
hotel?
I'm confused about something though. You said that, Ben. I mean, you said it's not like they don't want to know. I wasn't privy to what happened last week, so.
Oh
how
no,
did
this
you
just people in
know?
our chat. People were like going off about why didn't they give us the episode, and I'm like, they can't give you the episode, fam. It's not done yet. They
But what-
said the episode will be released into the next season.
Oh, I didn't know that. That part
Yeah,
right there.
they've
I
already
didn't-
said
I
that.
didn't hear them.
They've already said that it'll be released into the next season.
Got
Also,
it.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Killmonger with all Infinity Stones is basically Dr. Umar.
Right.
And
the worst.
I really don't need
Dr.
an
Umar.
episode of this nigga.
I don't
the
need that at all.
The
Exactly.
hotels
Dr.
would have
Umar
came
on
back to
Oprah.
life.
Right?
Like them
Could you
zombies. Like,
imagine giving
remember
that-
us? Like, no, we got rid of y'all at the Black Panther. Stop.
Yeah, it's like Dr. Umar, Tyler Perry, and Oprah all together on a
I don't
page.
need no more Killmonger was right theories. Like, no.
Right.
Yeah.
See, he had a point. See, let me tell you, he was gonna take the stones, stop slavery. I'm like,
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
let's just
And
move
kill
on.
all the black women. Yeah.
Gonna be
Yeah,
Jack
he's
in
gonna
Mortal
kill-
Kombat, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of slavery,
Oh, no.
so I like the series,
Not
right?
speaking
I
of
like the
slavery.
series. I don't think it was anything structurally wrong with it, but I really can't get past the fact that the Watcher is a watching ass nigga until he feels like not being a watching ass nigga.
The Watchers of
Then he
Pimp.
can
The
get
Watchers of
involved.
No,
So
but let me
that-
tell you something. I had that
made
problem
me
in the
really
comics.
uncomfortable.
I had that problem in the comics too, because remember when the Watchers showed up to T'Challa and Aurora's wedding? I'm like, oh, so you got a day off?
But see,
Yeah.
Janisa, that's what I said in our last
Yeah.
episode of Views. Like,
Yeah.
the goalposts keep moving with this nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it gets
one
to be
day,
too much for me, and it starts to seep into like the reality of all of this. And
Yeah.
I guess some would describe me as a pessimist, right? But like, if you
No,
were
What?
no, I would never say
perhaps,
that. No.
perhaps. But if you
You're a
were
realist.
if you were watching all the horrors, right? So and I say slavery to mean slavery throughout days,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
Everyone's experience with slavery across the globe, right? Or different iterations of it
Sure.
or whatever, right? So
Mhm.
you've been watching this shit all this time, and when fucking Ultron decides that like all of this should just end, there's been too much of this. Order to me is peace. Let's make it all end. Then you can't stomach it.
He
Then it's
only
like he
cared
wants to keep
because-
his show on the air.
that's what I'm saying. He
his
only
issue.
cared because his favorite show. He was a
Yeah.
fanboy.
He wants to
Oh, I
keep his
think- yeah,
show
he
on the
wants to keep-
air.
He wants to keep showing. You're absolutely right.
He loves
Because-
the drama. He's a
because-
And it's
petty.
He's a
supposed-
messy
head-
bitch.
I'm just like, just let it end. You wasn't interfering. There's been mad suffering. Okay, there's suffering everywhere. What is so sacred about preserving the universe? Who
Okay,
cares?
so-
Why do you
His
care about
stories.
this?
So for
Joanne
me,
the Watcher.
Stories,
for
yeah.
me, like obviously the Watcher is like a meta representation of us as fans, right?
Yes.
And he's just enjoying his comic books. But if one of my comic books came into my house and slapped the shit out of me, I actually would change things. And that's really when he changed. It was when Ultron
When it
was
got
like
personal.
seeing him and
He
shit.
walked
Like
in his house.
Ultron was breaking the fourth wall, like, hey, what's up out there? I think I could take that universe over too. And I think it's also going to be consequences for him doing that too, which maybe that'll get into season 2.
Well,
Because,
Ultron
you know,
was-
he can't just
Ultron
be
was
breaking your
right.
oath.
Ultron was right. He was like, "Oh, you have all this power, and you're just sitting here. You're not changing anything."
Wait, but once again, right? There's degrees of right, because what was he gonna do with all that power?
He said, "Oh, destroy everything." He had no concept. He was going off a program.
It was going to be another
the last
collapsed
one.
universe, like Strange Supreme. It was going to be nothing.
Yeah.
And Rod, I just, I want to go back into a point you're basically getting at, like, there's going to be consequences and repercussions for this, right?
Yeah.
So what would they like? First of all, who's the consequence? Like who?
I
brings
think
about
other
this
watchers
consequence?
maybe.
Okay.
Because it's like a lot of them niggas, and they gonna find out he violated that shit. So I don't think like Uatu's like the cool watcher in the comics. Like he the one that his problem was he gave a fuck.
Yep.
So like we vilifying the man, but really he was like, I can't let this slavery keep going. Damn. And now the other one's gonna come be like, what you doing? We watch slavery. That's what we do. So I think it's gonna be a problem.
That's my favorite show.
So wait, I have a question. In the comics, isn't it the Celestials that are above the Watcher, or
them too? Yeah.
There's all kind of levels and degrees of like
Watcher,
celestial beings. Yeah.
But wait, it's Watcher, Celestial, like
And
Peter
then
Quill's dad and them, and then who's above?
that
It depends. It just depends.
No.
It depends on the writer.
That's true.
Yeah,
I have it wrong, Tatiana. It's actually Eternals and then Celestials.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eternals are way lower than Celestials, even Watchers.
And they watching too.
Right.
These titles don't make any sense with the levels that they're at. Like, there's no middle management here. It's just like everybody's a managing director. It's like, all right, but what do you mean? Like, who's above who? So that's what I'm just saying. Like, okay, but who's gonna check him? Really?
I think it'll start with the other watchers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go kick his ass.
Yeah, I think he in trouble, dog.
I mean, the way he was like trying to handle Ultron at the end, I was like, "Wait, you can fight?"
One of the little things that killed me was his faces when Ultron bust through and was hit. His eyes got big. He was like, "What?" and then like at the end of the Thor one, which was so fun and so uplifted, all this stuff. But at the very end, when them Ultron show up and he goes, and it all ended happily. Wait, what? oh shit, we in trouble.
Well, I was gonna ask y'all what y'all thought about. This is Uatu, or whoever this man is. I'm gonna ask y'all what y'all thought about him, but clearly, it's right there on the table there. I mean, he was alright, but he was a fuck ass nigga in many respects.
He's a pimp.
I mean, his job is to be a fuck dude.
We laid this out last week, but my man straight up, gave them the God and the story of Job's story, which is really a pimp ass story. Like he's like, I take everything away from you, but then I give you something else.
Yep.
And make you forget about what I took away from you.
Right. And he never answered the question. He never answered Captain
Never.
Carter, or was it Black Widow's question when she was like, one of them was like, "Hey yo, why you doing this, fam?"
That's first rule of pimp talk.
And he never answered the question. He was just like, "Oh no," she said, "Are we just stories to you?" And he essentially said, "Nah, y'all my stories." And I'm like, wait a minute.
That's a pimp.
That's not
pimp
it.
talk. Pimps never answer or ask any questions. It's all statements.
Let me just say, this whole pimp narrative is stressing me the fuck out. Okay, it can't go on. I gotta reel this shit back in.
It's true. Okay. It hurts.
Is the
'cause it's
watcher
true.
no? But the difference between a pimp, for lack of a better term, the difference between a pimp and the watcher is like the watcher is not doing these things, right? He didn't set up the story. He's not playing with the pieces. He's just watching, and the evil is he ends up being complicit because he sees the shit happen and he can do something about it, right? But most often he doesn't. A pimp is actually moving chess pieces and shit, abusing and hurting people. So this is a bit of a
true.
You're right.
The only
person
person that he slapped was Ultron. So you're right.
Yeah. He's more like a John.
Yeah, I was about to go there. Thank you, Rob. I was about to
In
go
this
there.
analogy, he's more like a John that won't. He's like, I know this woman getting beat, but that's not my problem.
That's fair.
He's like, I get mine.
I'll accept that. I'll accept that.
But yeah, he's
you broke Ben Hameen. You broke Ben Hameen.
Yeah, he's on the floor.
That's why I get invited
It's
back.
sad because me and Rod had the same thought at the same time.
Like this dude ain't. You see that?
As soon as Janicia explained it to me, I was like, oh, okay, well then. He still fits in the category,
He sees the abuse and just drives off. He can help.
Like, damn, that's sad, fam. I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. 7 p.m. same time. Favorite show.
Just a horrible person.
So besides the Watcher,
So wait, what does that make us? Are we all the hoes? What does that mean?
we are clearly the hoes when it comes to Marvel. Okay,
Yeah.
we are standing, lining up for the abuse every month.
Yeah.
Okay, so no. But besides,
Yeah. I don't want to answer that. my self-respect won't allow me to answer that question.
besides the Watcher, do you have any comments about any particular characters, like how you feel about any of the characters we see, like Star-Lord, T'Challa, or T'Challa Lord, we call him Strange Supreme, Party Thor, any of that?
I did have one thing because I didn't get to say my negative thing.
Oh yeah.
And the only negative thing is that sometimes they would use the real actors for the voices, and some people did kind of phone it in. Like like, and I won't even, you know what, I'll take it back. I won't even say
names.
I won't say phone it in. I'll say the voice acting is a skill. And some people the people they brought in to do voice acting, even when they did imitations of like, this is what Robert Downey, you were just like, oh, you're killing this.
Yes.
And then sometimes they get the real person and you're just like, oh man, that's a shame. Because this really is you.
Okay,
but then it's different.
Scarlett Johansson's voiceover actress was better than Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
I'll
agree.
name one. But I mean,
was that really a stretch? I mean, is
Yeah,
that
that-
really
well, you
a
know what?
hard thing to do?
No,
Not
it really wasn't. And I will say this, that is the other thing that was really funny about the end of this. Like, the one person who is going to stay in this universe, who had to make the greatest sacrifice that will help us all, is Black Widow. What? Wait, how? She has no powers. She dies in every other iteration, and she's going to what? Just question everything? Like, I don't.
It was interesting seeing she wasn't a Nexus point because I thought she would have been, but
An absolute
clearly,
point.
yeah, clearly Tony is, because that nigga died in he was just like, hey y'all, oh I'm dead. I'm like,
He's
so he need to die, but
he's another Christine where
But-
she just got to die.
But I
Someone
guess
else
she didn't
pointed out
die.
whenever
hilarious.
what the he dies.
That this otherwise powerful white man is consistently being pushed to the side in every episode that he appears. I enjoyed that. You know?
Yeah, that was great.
That was cute. Yeah.
I thought that was great because I hope it's that they're saying we're moving on from Tony and what we've done before. But also someone pointed out that in any of the universes where Tony does actually die, it goes horribly bad.
Yeah, that's
for
true.
everyone.
Yeah, that's what Strange said.
Yep. So Tony is like, he got to at least live. He can be pushed to the side, but
Yeah.
But I
agree-
always,
I
my
agree with you, Rob.
theory is all this shit is his fault. So
we know that. We've been
He
known
made
that.
Ultron.
right. So it's
Ultron,
kind of
all of that is his fault.
And then even in the conversation he had, that brief conversation he had with Gamora, he was talking about essentially again building Ultron. I'm like, fam, find a new trick. Like this ain't it.
Yeah, the whole suit of armor around the world ain't working.
The universe, this nigga said the galaxy. Like, come on, we did this already, sir.
Look, a second ago, Ultron was right. Which is it, y'all? Y'all got to make up your minds over
I
here.
didn't say that shit.
No, but here's the thing. No, I'm saying Ultron was right when it came to his program. What he was programmed to do, he did. And when he saw the Watcher, it didn't compute. It's like, if you have the same access I do, why are you not changing things? I don't understand. And he's like, because I like my shows. I like my stories. I want to sit here and watch my stories every week. And he's like, I don't understand. So to that end, he was right. But yeah, no, he's a product of who created him, which is Tony and his hubris.
Right. But yeah, let's talk about these other characters. I know, Janisa, you said that you really like Party Thor or Viva Las Vegas Thor. I liked them as well. Again, the useful idiot trope that they used with him was phenomenal. I had the tears for T'Challa Lord. Like, tell me more about what you think.
Let's not forget about big blue baddie Loki. Okay.
Hey,
listen,
that's a moment. That's
that
a
nigga
moment
was
in time.
secure as hell.
That's a tall
He
glass
was.
of cold blue water right there.
Yeah.
He just looks so happy. He just looks so happy.
Content,
hair moisturized.
When I said
Yo,
Tom Hiddleston,
I was
had
not
the
ready
bag.
for a secure Loki. Like every other version of Loki got some gaping insecurity where you just like, and that's why you gotta be evil. And he just showed up like, I'm just here to party with my man Thor. What's up, y'all?
Yep.
Right.
I loved it.
Also, I mean, not for nothing. I was kind of here. Is it me or was it like Captain Carter and Steve in the beginning? They were kind of giving me Big Barda scot-free vibes. And I kind of liked it. Like, I got my big woman and He was like,
love a small
big
and a
women.
tall.
Yes, he was all for it. I was like,
was cute.
this is the big Bardo thing that we want. This is what we're looking for.
It was super cute.
It was
I have
cute.
a low-key question though. That something that consistently confuses me. I think it's one of those things that I get the answer to and then I completely forgot because my mind won't wrap around the science. Why is the Loki that we know and love or hate? Why is he not big and blue?
Because
he rejects it.
He rejects
In the Thor where he kills where he lets in where Frigga gets murdered, he rejects his Ice Giant heritage, and there's a scene of him like where he like, you know, he I don't know, Oreos up. I don't know the term. You know, he like.
No, I remember. But he was born small to begin with.
Yes, he's a runt. He's a runt.
He was
to
a runt of the
begin with.
litter, basically.
But he has that blue in him, and at one point in the movies, he's like, "No more blue," you know, and yeah, blue's the out of him.
Yeah, Odin touches him and changes him into an Asgardian as a baby.
Yeah.
Changing everything about him.
Got it.
And I don't think they. I think they hit their full height, like a growth spurt, like puberty. He never. He was raised as an Asgardian. He never got that. I was also excited about Korath. I am tickled by Jaimin Hunsu being in absolutely every single superhero Marvel DC ever. Just showing up as a character. They'll put a mask on him, put him in prosthetics, whatever. Just use his voice. He is the hardest working man in
comic book business.
Yeah,
if you go to his IMDb, I don't know if he's doing this on purpose, but this dude plays 90-something% of his characters. They have no last name.
Oh yes, no, that happens all the time because aliens and black people don't get like.
Nobody
in Wakanda has a last name. That's how it works.
Yeah, it's just wild because like
you're
Sam Jackson,
right. It's just Shuri.
Like Sam Jackson has like such a hard-working resume, and all his characters have first and last names. Just about. I think Jamin be picking. I think he picks these roles on purpose. Is what I'm saying. I think he walks in.
He's tired of people mispronouncing his God-given name, so he's like, just give me one. I can't.
Is that like that Latin dude who plays Jose in like 20 different movies? Yeah. Like on his Twitter, he's like, you've seen me as Jose.
I feel like if you're a black actor and you auditioning for one name character, and Jamin walk in, you just walk out.
Just walk out. Just leave because he got it. Yep.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that Korath, instead of saying who, he knew exactly who Star-Lord was, and he was like a fanboy. And he's like, hit me, so I can tell everybody we fought. You know, he was just the cutest version of Korath. I was like, see, I want that doll. Like he's. So I liked little moments like that. Like we just talked about Loki, like well-adjusted Loki, fanboy Korath, like big Barda,
nice
Peggy.
Thanos,
nice Thanos,
nice guy Thanos threw me off.
But
no, who threw me off
too.
No, you know who threw me
Rod.
off? His daughter. Because since she did not get captured and he wasn't the Mad Titan, he didn't pull her apart and make her half android. I wasn't ready. I was like, wait, she cute though. She kind of looked like Raven, but all right.
Right.
She's always been cute. Let me
That's
real.
Yeah, you know what? Listen, even with the metal eye.
Even with that weird voice, I've always loved me some Nebula, boy.
Here's my thing. For me, this character isn't one of those like cute, it'll grow on you characters, but the character that most touched me was Doctor Strange, that fucked his whole world up. Chasing
Supreme. Okay.
Trying to save the woman he loved from death. My God, that episode really made me emotional at the end. Where I was just like, because it just ends sad. Like it's no, like the watchers and like, and then it changed and it kind of worked out anyway. It's like, no, nigga, this is him.
There is no upside. I even texted Ben right at the episode, like, fam, is this how it is? Like, is this how it's supposed to be?
Oh my God, Tatiana, I was gonna ask the same question. Is this how it goes down?
Right, like
is this
I
what
was
love
like,
is?
damn, this what Ben tried to do when we first started talking about the show. He was warning me. He said, hey, yo, in the comics, it gets kind of dark. I'm like, all right. Oh, this was all happy-go-lucky, and then that shit hit, and I'm like, whoa.
But that tone is a lot like the comics, though.
Consistent with it, because I loved it
I
growing
can
up.
deal with it, because I can't be depressed all the time reading these stories like that. Like,
I mean, because we watched the one universe where it works out. So, like, these stories are all the
by that time he
ones.
swallowed. By the time he sees her, he swallowed Cthulhu.
Yeah.
And she's terrified.
And that's
But
why,
also-
like, I didn't have a problem with him being stuck guarding the universe. Because before
Me
that
neither.
episode, I was like, death. You know, that's
Yeah.
the only. That's all.
This is restorative justice.
I knew they
Yes,
were coming
right.
back together, so I was like, if they all come back together in this final episode, the only thing that can happen is death for Doctor Strange, because this
Yeah.
man has killed everything.
Yeah.
But also, and okay, so my question wasn't the same as Tatiana's. Is love that serious? This what y'all? be thinking
That's my
about?
question too.
This
I mean,
again, like I said, I guess I'm a pessimist, but I just don't see it being that serious. It seemed very like I'm a white guy. This is the person I chose. She has to live forever. I have these powers. I'm gonna ruin everything just so that I can preserve this, experience that I have with this person.
I think it's like 75% ego, 25 love. And I say that not to say he doesn't love Christine. Like, I really do think it deep in his heart of hearts and all that stuff, that's for real. Also, Strange, this iteration, even this what if iteration, is an egotistical white man. Like, that is his
Right.
bread and butter. So my thing is, everything he does, like, even, and this remains to be seen, but even in the movie we're about to see with Spider-Man, it's like some questionable stuff happening, and you can draw it back to his characterization as a person. He
And
is
this is-
egotistical.
This is him without that humbling of getting his hands smashed.
Yeah.
So like this a whole different, like he took on magic and like, I'ma show y'all, watch what I do with this, instead of like before where he's like, I'm worthless. What am I gonna do?
I'm a broken man. Like, what does he do? What does shirt? What does Ben's shirt say? Wong was right. What does he not
Right.
do? Listen to Wong.
And as
Here
for
we are.
Janisha's question, no comment.
I don't want that kind of love. I'll answer that question. I don't want that kind of love. Don't end the universe.
Seems
over
weird.
me. Like,
Seems weird.
Seems very weird. Speaking of other egotistical white
What if it was
men-
his child? What if it was their child? Would y'all still feel the same?
Yes.
Die every day, B, is in the famous words of Cameron. It doesn't, does that mean you go destroy the rest of the universe? No, look, I hate Wanda now. Wanda's one of my favorite characters, and she terrorized the town because, her man died, and I didn't think that was right. This man went, the levels to this shit.
Yeah, I think I would, to be honest and transparent, I don't have children, but I think I would understand it socially more. I would understand the desire to save something that you either, brought into the world or had dedicated yourself to nurturing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you dedicate yourself to
That makes
nurturing
sense.
something smaller than you, I could see maybe then you getting blinded by this desire to protect this thing that you dedicated yourself to nurture. But I don't really get it in a romantic aspect. But also, just I'm a bachelor, like lifelong, so I don't understand these ways. I don't understand their ways. So
when you
I think
breeder, I don't
if
get
I
it.
was if something happened to my wife and the fucking Infinity Gauntlet showed up in my house, y'all niggas gone. I'm sorry. Nice universe.
That's your
We had
arm,
a
though.
good
That's
run.
your arm. You do that to your arm.
Yeah,
That
but we had a
ain't
good
us.
run. I'm sorry y'all ended up in the same universe with me. But we gotta try to do what we gotta do here.
Oh my God.
There's no more universe. Like, where's
For
the
y'all.
point?
For y'all.
Wait, Nisha, you had a point you wanted to make about these guys.
Oh yeah, no. I was gonna talk about the other egotistical white man who was destroying lives in the show, Hank
Wow.
Pym.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I think that goes to your point even better now. Because like, what if it was somebody's child? Like his whole thing and his wife. Dang.
And his wife.
He
Yeah,
really,
and his wife.
He the reason the zombie apocalypse started because of his wife, and he killed all the Avengers because of his daughter. And my whole thing with Hank Pym is like, that man hated Shield in like Ant-Man, but
In the worst
dang,
way. Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about Mans, but now that you mention it,
The funny thing is, in the comics, Hank is really trash. So it's just really funny how this is trash too, but this is sort of like alternate universe trash. Because when you got there, you had that revealing moment, and I was like, of course it's you.
Yep.
They haven't, because never in the MCU have they addressed it. Like they've made him sort of, angry about the situation, but let me wipe out an entire. Yeah, that's Hank Pym from the comics. And I'll punch my wife before I do it.
Thank God he got his wife back in our version, because that nigga was ruthless in them comics.
But listen, if his wife had teamed with the Avengers and tried to stop him, he would have killed her in this version too, because
Yeah, you seen Ruthless.
That's Hank Pym.
Yep.
And then it
Not
was
a
all
nice
like,
guy.
oh, he's mentally unstable. I'm like, no, you're trash. That's what that is.
He's just a terrible father and husband, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, or just ego-driven. I'm not trying to, I don't know if there's any Hank Pym fanboys
I'd
out
actually
there.
say
Don't
his
come
shit
drag
was
me.
worse than Strange. Cause like Strange shit was like people got killed because he felt like, fuck it, man. I guess I'm gonna try to save her. And then if y'all niggas is collateral damage, Hank was finding people and killing them. Like
He was hunting them
you
down.
dead, nigga. Bye.
Right.
But at least Hank was spraying. Hank got who. He wasn't spraying at the crowd.
He wasn't.
You know?
I mean, no one was catching
Zombies-
strays.
That's true.
But the zombies wouldn't have. That's a
The
big
zombies
stray
was
bullet.
you can't really blame that on him. He was that. That's him
Okay.
being slow. Like
Okay,
that,
what
you
about
know?
a world with no Avengers? Isn't that essentially him destroying the world?
I mean, no, it worked out in that one too. They got a Black Widow, they got a Captain Marvel, they got a Captain America,
Yeah.
and they beat Loki. It worked
I
out.
feel you. It's like
Yeah.
how the Dream Team sent the third best people. We still got to go. I feel
There you go. It happens. You know what I mean? It happens. Russell Westbrook and the Lakers are foe.
Jesus. What did anyone have any favorite episodes? I like at first it was T'Challa Lord for me. Just again, it was just the happiness of hearing not T'Challa but Chadwick, and then after a while I was just like, hey yo, this episode with Party Thor, that shit was fucking hilarious. Like again, and maybe it was because I was trying to get away from all the darkness of some of the episodes of the series, but that really just made my day. And again, it just really made me feel like this is one of the most incredible series that animated series that Marvel has done. Has there been any special or favorite episodes for any one of you?
Zombies.
Or moments.
The zombies episode. Because it was the
zombies.
humor to me is the best, and then it also had Chadwick just acting a fool, but then it also had Chadwick giving you that heartfelt emotion at the end. So it was zombies, and then it still was like, nope, but this is terrible. And I love that in a What If episode. That's my favorite shit. Where it's like, you thought it was all good? Wrong. That's the best What Ifs to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so zombies.
I think mine is. Oh, go ahead, Nisha.
Oh no, I was just gonna add on to like the T'Challa Lord one, like, cause like that was one of my favorite ones, but it's not just because of Chadwick, it's because I love heist. Like I love a good heist movie. I love Lupin the Third. I will watch any heist movie. Like so this for me, I was like, oh, I'm here for this. And like the chemistry between if y'all told me Nebula and T'Challa, and I would be like, oh, there's no chemistry there.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, she call him Cha Cha. I'm like, I think I like that. They're cute. It was just so, I loved how it all came together. Because like at first when you watch it, I was like, I was not expecting it to turn into a heist movie at the beginning. I thought it was just going to be, us learning about his adventures as, in
as
space.
Star-Lord,
As Star-Lord and everything. And then I'm like, and that's cool. And then I'm like, oh, but we get a heist movie out of this too. And then like all the deep emotion things that come out, because you still get that moment with him and Yondu. And I was just like, dang, that really hit me in my chest. And that was that was beautiful. But yeah, the zombies one, because I would like to give Peter Parker a hug. I mean, I don't want to be his mentor or adopt him because I don't want to die. But I feel bad for the boy.
Is that another absolute point? If you're his
Pretty
mentor,
much.
you're gonna die.
Pretty much.
Even the Kate felt bad for him. Even Strange's Kate felt for him after a
Yeah.
while. He was like, man.
If you ain't Aunt May, you catching a bad one.
He be going through it, bro.
Aunt May is like the only one who don't catch bad ones in this world.
Right.
Oof. All
I
right,
think
so
my
what
favorite
else?
my favorite is just the Doctor Strange one. That one hit home, and then I actually really liked the last one partially because it was so fast paced. Like it was the only one I really felt like I need to watch this more than once, because I kind of like that buzz in my brain when things are going too fast. Where I'm like, whoa, what just happened there? That one rewarded multiple watchings in a way that some of the other ones were just more like it's rewarding emotionally because I do understand what happened.
I get that. All right.
Yeah.
So those are
I
some
think
favorites. Go ahead.
mine mirror yours, Tatiana. I think that T'Challa episode, like, it's just, to me, it's unmatched. It's a combination of the Chadwickisms, the Black Panther of it all. Like, it's a good episode, and I really like those. I don't know what style of because that and the Thor episode, they're similar in style. They're similar in the way they approach the what if. Like, it's something like all the questions that we have that when we talk about stuff, they take that, they listen to us, and they insert that in this kind of storytelling. You know what I'm saying? So I really liked this kind of like casual, campy kind of style of like, well, what if we bring this really high-minded comic book shit and talk about it in like real world terms? What if we're drinking at the bar and like, that sounds like genocide? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if, you know? So I think those two are my favorite, and Thor just really like fucking around, party boying it up was really cool.
Indeed. So go ahead.
All I'm just gonna say is I agree with Ben. I mean the zombie one, and I liked the zombie one for the moments also. Like, you know, zombie Cap on the subway. You think Bucky's gonna have a moment, then he's like, "Well, it's been real," and like just killed him and kept going. Right. You know, all these little things that you thought were gonna be big, and then other things that you thought were gonna be small that turned into big. Like I thought I kind of knew that they were gonna make Hawkeye be the one to die, but I was kind of aggravated by that because I'm like, we could actually use the arrows though. What you doing? But
no one saw Walking Dead. Like, we can use the arrows.
Like,
fam, come on.
But it was for the same reasons. I thought that was like the most fun, but a close second is what Nisha said, like with T'Challa and just that whole heist thing.
And nobody brought it up, but I did kind of like the Killmonger one just because of the remix.
Oh, yeah.
And especially his music, his theme music might be my favorite in all
that
the
was
Marvel
fire.
universe. But also the white manness of Tony Stark and the way that Killmonger used his overconfidence.
Yes.
Oh, I was just like waiting for the betrayal. Like, oh, just keep being confident, white man. See what's gonna happen.
When he's like, I thought we were the same. That was like
he
my
was
favorite
sipping
moment.
a drink.
Yeah.
And letting his machine beat up Killmonger. I was like, oh, you don't even know.
You don't. And again, what is with everyone just letting Killmonger like run over them? Like, he wears his intentions on his face. He is Cap personified. Like, how could you not?
But they don't believe him. It was a very, I don't know if anybody in here read Hardware, but it was a very Hardware storyline.
Yeah.
Like, it was very much like, I'm going to take you under my wing. You need me because you're a brown person.
Yeah.
You haven't seen a lot. I'm going to help you. I know you're high ranking, but I know what this world does to your kind, and I'm going to help you. And he was like, sure, help me. Give me the codes.
And then
give me all the codes.
That one, for me, I know all of them kind of had a theme through line, but that one for me was the most. I was like, I wish I had a part 2 because they was just about to get his ass. I was like, oh, here they come. Here comes Shuri. Let's go.
Shuri deserves to give him the beatdown of a lifetime. Because, man, I love Shuri because she don't take her eyes off people. She's like, does anybody else see this? First of all, I would be mad too. One, I am the princess. I am next in line. You gave this man
right
once again. Bullshit.
Shout out to the patriarchy.
Bullshit. Like, I would have been throwing the biggest tantrum. But
and her and Pepper were on the way to give him the fade.
Yes.
And then he got scot-free. Oh, in a way, he got scot-free, but he is paying for that price right now. Yeah. Rod, you started alluding to it actually, because you said that if you had the gauntlet and something happened to your wife, we'd be out of here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
We'd be infinity faded with the quickness. But
yeah.
Well, I want to ask everybody, if you had a what if moment in your life, would you take it? Maybe a point where you would change something, or just a different direction you would take.
Oh, if I ever get the time stone
back, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's quick. If I ever get the time stone, it's over. I have many things I need to change. No.
How far back you going?
I don't know. It's back and forth somewhere between before I met my ex-husband and I don't know, birth. I don't know. I'm that's
I feel you.
Dang, I just realized. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I feel like if you go any further back than like a week before, like so many things shift and you don't know what new horrors you could experience.
That's true.
Like, for me, those things are good for like, let's go back to like last month. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to, you go too far back, you start messing with shit. You don't know.
It's so funny. You're like, let me just do that meeting over. Let me just do that.
That's it. You know, I don't want to fuck with nothing too big.
Janisha, what if you go back and you change like something small, but you come back to regular time and you are a coon. It is that. What happened?
That one thing, you're right. That one thing makes
I took a different English teacher, and now I'm a whole Candace Owens. What happened?
What happened? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So
Be careful what you wish for.
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, with that in mind, dang, I think I just want to I'm not gonna go back in time. I'm gonna erase my student loan debt. Honestly.
So reality stone.
Yeah,
Using the
reality stone. So maybe I'll actually erase it for everybody, but not everybody. For Black and brown people specifically, because we need we deserve that.
You're doing what the hackers should have been doing, right? You want to
Yes.
hack everything but the fucking student loans.
Oh
Right.
man, do y'all
And I'm
know what
giving-
the consequences of that what if would be? Like, you think the insurrection was bad, boy. When them white people look at them balances, woo, and you know us, we gonna be stunting on them too. Oh man.
I'm giving generational wealth. I'm
Yes.
Yeah, they're not taking that.
They
easy.
not gonna want to see
You're
that.
gonna be using that
boy.
reality stone for a lot of other things
Oh,
after
but
that.
see, in the exchange, I can use them. That's what worked for Tony, right? He did Thanos.
Yeah.
Why can't I just exchange them?
Yeah.
Equivalent exchange.
All them
Now,
white
we get
people-
generational wealth.
Wait, that's what I'm saying. How did we get to Full Metal Alchemist?
I don't know. This bitch
You
now.
know what that stone was about. That stone actually sort of exists in the Marvel Universe. That stone
Yeah.
from Full Metal Alchemist.
The soul isn't that
Yeah.
the soul stone potentially, or is that?
Yeah, I think if this
Yes,
is an
because
equivalent.
remember, because it's all blood on it. You can't
Yes,
get
it's
that
all
stone
blood.
The
without
Philosopher's
blood.
Stone.
The Philosopher's
That's true.
Stone is the Soul Stone, and when I saw that, I was like, they went full metal here because you can't get it without a body. That's how. Girl,
Streets
you know
need a
how
body.
this ends. You'll come back, and we got to find a suit of armor for you because you just done lost your actual corporeal existence.
Yeah, I probably
I'm
would.
fine with being Iron Patriot. What was
Oh my God.
I think I could be fine with that.
I think I'd
I
go
wouldn't have
back and
student
just. I think I'd go back and just make sure slavery never happened. And
Okay.
we just none of us would exist.
Now
but,
we're in Mortal Kombat.
but at
Right,
least I'll be
right.
right. You know what I'm saying? Like none of us would exist, but it'd probably be worth it. You know what I'm saying?
No. We would exist, but Africa would be Wakanda, and
Maybe. You know, I'm just saying.
You don't
all,
know
all
that
bets off.
You don't know.
It's a big change.
No, I think it could. I think we would have something like Coates' intergalactic Wakanda, where we would still be problematic, but in a different way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
We would
saying
have
there
our
wouldn't be no
private
problems,
issues.
but
But
would we
definitely.
really exist?
Yeah,
We would not
would not exist.
We
wouldn't be
not
here to
exist.
see
I'm
it.
thinking, I'm thinking
Niggas here
bloodline.
would
I'm thinking
not
bloodlines.
exist.
I'm thinking bloodlines.
Like I
not
can't
actual
guarantee the right
people.
zygote
Okay,
hits the right egg
okay.
and all that stuff, so we might not be here. But I do know that you know, I would be the brother to get rid of the slavery.
But if you do that, would
y'all
you also
welcome.
get rid of yourself?
Yeah, I end up being rid of myself too.
Yeah,
probably.
how much
That's the
slavery are you
pessimism I
getting
was
rid
talking
of?
about.
How much
all of
slavery?
it. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of it, Ben.
25%.
I'm gonna go with 100%, Ben. But that's just my thing. You
So
know
are
what
you
I'm
going
saying?
back to
Like,
Bible? Or that's what that's what I'm saying.
yeah, all the way back to like slavery as a concept. It's
Okay,
just
there
gotta
we
go.
go. Yeah, that's
As a
what I mean.
thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
So
it's
then
not like I would be like,
yeah,
oh,
then
it's
we
cool.
actually- we
I'm
ain't
cool
here.
with the Jewish slaves because that's different. Like,
Yeah,
nah,
that's
all
what I'm
the
saying.
slaves
I
gotta go.
was wondering. No, but
Yeah.
but if you go back that far, then ain't no international galactic army of Wakanda. It's it's like I don't know what happens then, Rod. You done created some whole
I'm ready to
shit.
just listen. I'll probably
But
be in a
Rod's a
bubble like
problem,
Doctor
'cause he's already-
Strange.
He's already told us twice.
You come back
He's
and you're
already-
like, wait, that's what happens when there's no slavery.
That was a fixed point. That was a nexus point. Come on, man. Not
Exactly.
slavery.
Exactly. But, right. You run right into Jonathan Majors looking at you cooking.
Right.
And then-
That's how he became
Why he
Kang.
moisturized himself? He was like, I told you.
We've already
I told you.
we've already accepted that Kang
Wait.
is down with slavery, folks. Like that
But
is
that's the
something.
story.
Right.
That is
But
that
that's-
is yeah. Kang
That
is all
is
for
Kang's
it.
backstory. Jonathan Majors as Kang, that is his backstory. He tried in every iteration to get rid of slavery, and he kept jumping because things kept. That was the nexus point, and
well,
that's
that was a
why
mistake.
he's
Now he pro
That's
slave.
the
He's
end of
like,
time.
no.
Yeah,
now
I
we
need
just need
that
to.
shit. Yeah.
We just need to slave the right people. Okay, we gotta have slavery. I'm just gonna be slaving the right people.
But I
No,
just,
but he was
everybody
that
needs,
slavery
everybody needs to
led
notice
to
that
the TVA, so he's down
Yeah.
with
That's
true.
He's down with slavery.
everybody just needs to recognize the fact that Rod has twice been like, yes, something happens to my wife, I'm snapping y'all out of existence.
I'm sorry.
And next time, if I can change everything, I'm also
Snapping
Change-
your
But that
eyes.
one, the second one's altruistic though. I mean, the second one, The first one's very selfish. I'll admit that.
Don't
but the
do me no
second one is
favors,
for
Rod.
everybody.
Don't do me. I'm either wait. Everything
All
you
power
said
to all
has
the people.
erased me from existence. Don't do me no favors.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying.
good.
He's like, one's altruistic, one is really
Nah,
selfish.
I'm okay
It doesn't
with it.
matter.
I'm
Either
okay
way, we're
with
both
it.
dead. We're all dead.
I'm sorry.
Yo,
I'm sorry.
Tatiana,
To,
you're being too self-centric. You gotta
I
embrace
mean, we were never
pessimism.
born, so it's not like we died.
I just like
go.
I
just
like
never
that my
happened.
second one puts y'all on the other side that I was on with my wife. Y'all don't realize it, but y'all have now joined team kill let it then I want to exist more than anything else.
That's funny.
True. Yeah,
True.
true. Yep. Slavery. Yeah, me existing is more important than erasing slavery.
Nah, you can erase it. I'm good.
Damn, why you gotta say
Look,
it like
I'm
that?
and you
good.
said it like that.
That's
And now
what
someone's
it
gonna
is.
now somebody's gonna take a soundbite. You're gonna end up on Facebook with your name spelled wrong.
Ben out here like we got PS5s, man. I don't know.
Look, the other day I was having an argument with one of my boys, and it ended with me saying Americans need less freedom, and so I'm just here for it, folks.
All these sound bites that they're taking, the right is taking your sound bites very
Wow.
Monday morning they got
I
you.
mean, I didn't want to get there, but after a while, that's where I ended
Monday
up.
morning, you're gonna see Ben's face with his shades. Americans deserve no freedoms.
Less.
On Fox News.
Less.
He's gonna be trending on Twitter.
Definitely less.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'll take a shirt.
She said, "I'll take your shirt. I'm done with all of you."
I mean, I'm gonna take a marker and put like which specific Americans.
Yeah. I got some groups in mind.
There we go. It started because I was talking to a man, and I was like, yeah, we need less freedoms.
All right.
Good point.
All right, as we wind down, we said it at one point. We're like, some of these stories we would actually like seeing continue. What would you like to see in season 2? Because it's already confirmed. They already have half the episodes done at this point. But what would you like to see in season 2 of What If?
I want to see the Watcher get handled. I want to see his watching ass nigga ass handled.
Okay,
I want a conversation about what was supposed to happen and how he got it fucked up. I want to talk about either just be a watcher or get involved when you're supposed to get involved. Like get involved when people are suffering. People been suffering, okay? You could have been just I don't know, either help or let Ultron neutralize the shit, all right? Enough.
Help or hush, right?
Help or hush. So I want to see what happens to him. I do.
I love the shouting. Okay.
Help her hush.
Help her hush. That's the name of her next podcast. Help her hush.
Help her hush. A life coach podcast.
That's a good
I like
one.
that.
That's actually really good.
You can take that one, Janice. As long as I can be a guest sometime, just take that one.
That's even better than Dear White People. Just help her hush.
For us, I want to see Killmonger get out of that bubble and Shuri kick his butt. And I want to see what happens. I want to see, because yes, it's going to exist ad infinitum, but if he gets out, then Strange gets out, everybody gets out. I want to see them tumble out of the side of another wormhole or something and figure out how to solve this, because it's going to be, with all three of them, it's going to be magic and minds. It's going to be, they're going to have to talk. I keep wanting to say Vision. They're going to have to talk.
Ultron
Vision.
Ultron Infinite.
Ultron Visions.
But
Visions
Ultron ain't there no more. It's Arnim Zola.
It is. Well, it's Arnim Zola fighting with Ultron. Remember, inside Ultron was still kind of
gunned him off. Is what
Did
they
he
were saying.
completely done him off?
That's the end of him.
The virus killed him.
Yeah.
But he can't be trusted either. So it's sort of like, how do we get out of this? I'm curious. I think Shuri's going to figure out how to get them out. And the moment they're out, she's going to shoot Killmonger in the face. And then it's about the rest of y'all deal with this.
Killmonger got... All right, they need to stay where they are. You want the two Nazis, Killmonger and Arnim Zola, and this evil-ass Doctor Strange to get out. This like I say, this...
Because there's a story there.
No, death is the story. The story... There was the story there. Y'all asked me to stay here. This is where y'all need to be. That's
but once again, when you talk about that pimp shit, the Watcher said, what if somebody get out? What if this shit cracks? Need somebody to watch him. I'm like, oh, nigga, here you go again.
That's gonna be his marketing chip. Like, I gotta stay and watch these lot over here. The second would be the Peggy Steve love story, the Big Barda Scott Free love story. Getting that dance or whatever it is, seeing the second part of that would be really cute.
Yeah.
They said that is going to continue, so that part is they've said that.
It's super.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah,
So
it reminds me of Steven Universe, Giant Woman. Anytime the gems get together and he's like, Giant Woman. I just want to see a giant woman.
I love it. Yes.
I think for me, since it'll be a while since we get part 2, there'll be other Marvel properties that have a chance to be out by then. So I want to see how they intersect, because all this multiversal stuff really is a result of like them taking us through the steps with Loki and then following up with this. So we were already in the like, there's all these different universes. Let's see what's happening. And so after like the Eternals, I'd really like to see that. And then I think with some of the other properties like Shang-Chi, I'd like to see like a what if involving that story. So like, you know, I just want to see more of this. And then of course the overall story of the Watcher, who's the ultimate like person that penalizes the Watcher for getting out of pocket. Cause you know, when they show up and if the Celestials show up and all that, then I really think we're going to get into some true like nerd orgasm stuff.
I want to see the Exiles. But I mean, we kind of saw that in this episode with like the whole team of different, you know, characters from all the different multiverses. But other than that, I just want to see more of the same, or more like I want to see really dark takes on Shang-Chi and really dark takes on Infinity War.
What is you with the darkness? The darkness.
That's what if. That's what what if is so good for. The most like.
Yeah, these niggas that read the What If comic are obsessed with the darkness of it.
Yes.
Fucking obsessed with it.
But
I'm like,
also,
you guys, we're in a pandemic. It can't end in darkness. That shit.
But I also love the Party Thor episodes. I like that too, because that's why I'd like to see more of that, because I love how T'Challa just being there changes so much and changes it for the better, and that's what I like to see. So it's like I need a balance of it.
And I just want to say the reason I like the darkness is because it doesn't count.
Yes.
Like this is the one time we can explore like what happens if things go wrong, because that's one of the major complaints a lot of people have had about the Marvel universe in general. Is like every movie's the same, it all works out, they always winning it, and I'm like, okay, so here's your fucking 30 minutes, all right, and we get to see the pathos and the heartbreak and the sadness, and why we don't want this to be the main story. So I kind of enjoy that we can explore that in a way that doesn't hurt anybody, because ultimately they're gonna do the Marvel thing at the end and give us a happy ending. But yeah, I don't mind a 30-minute look at like, I don't know, what if Shang-Chi's father kept the rings?
Right.
What if Awkwafina got shot?
Listen, we can discuss that. Okay, we can have a discussion about. I just think it's very yeah.
I'm not saying shit to that. Go ahead.
In terms of what you were just saying, real quick, what Rob was just saying about the 30 minutes, like, everybody's saying, this ends too nicely. I don't think they do. I think everything that's been put on Disney Plus since the beginning of the year has been origin stories of their baddies. Wanda's origin story, she is a baddie, just like Ben Hameen was saying. We even actually every single episode, even the end, even though as goofy as the end of Falcon Winter Soldier was, we still saw the beginnings of a baddie. So I think I think that's what the TV show is there to do, is explore a lot of the evil stuff. I think maybe the movies have happy endings ish. If you're gonna ignore a couple.
Yeah, I would count that as well, Karama. Like I was just saying in general, people were kind of doing this thing of like, it's such a weird critique, but it was just like nobody want to see horrible movies that make you feel like shit every year. Like it's like we do want a happy ending. You know what I'm saying? So like I never took it that serious, but okay, Disney's allowing their creators to get into that more with Disney Plus. Hey, we should all be happy now.
I was just gonna say, so for me, what I would like to see, I want to see that bubble break, specifically because I think the TVA should show up. And then that way Killmonger can get faded by Shuri. But it would just be so funny to me, but that like we'll be watching it and the bubble breaks, and then we're like, oh no, this is about to be a whole 3-episode part, and like, nope, TVA shows up, they just take the gems and it's just
prune them.
Yeah, just prune them and just be like, all right, Doctor Strange, you're done. Go back to your little bubble. You stay here, bye, whatever. But then we can see Kang. I would like to see Kang.
Yes.
I would like to see And then I would just like to see like a TVA centered one with him, or it maybe just give me a Kang episode. But then I want to see Peter have a mentor or a parent that survives, because I think that could be a whole what if. And then more him.
What would the twist be? Well, he gonna be a dick? Like, what's the twist gonna be?
What if Uncle Ben don't die?
Cool. He becomes like an emo kid or something.
Yeah.
Like what if bullied, probably.
What if Uncle Ben don't
lives?
die?
He's like, I don't gotta save people. Great power, responsibility, whatever.
I'm sure they've done that in the comic, and it probably was like, what if Uncle Ben lives? It's like everything else terrible happens. You know, 'cause that's how the comic usually goes. You know,
Peter just walking by people getting robbed.
Yeah.
School.
I'm very confident that would be the case. It's just that because Uncle Ben dying is just like such a very important point in his life.
Yeah.
That if he is suddenly still there for Peter, and then Peter, like, say Peter still has his powers though, but Uncle Ben is alive. Is Peter going to use those powers selfishly, kind of like, you know, in the very first Spider-Man, where he was ready to just use his powers selfishly and just like, I can
I'm
take
gonna be
this
that
rest-
nigga. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I want with
Peter
this.
gonna
I
be
ain't
in the
gotta help you.
NBA.
Right.
Honestly, it would be great to see Miles.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
If Peter doesn't have a need to be it, then it's just Miles. And just Miles.
Yes.
Not Miles because there's a Peter. Not Miles tethered to a Peter story. Not just Miles.
I'd love to see that.
As Spider-Man.
Is it possible, and maybe not, but is it possible to see, as we see in the live action movie, some integration with Sony in these animation points? So, for example, could we see an integration somewhere with Spawn? Not Spawn, but with Venom.
Yes, Spawn. Yes.
Well, yes, Spawn, but I meant Venom.
And Venom.
Yeah.
Venom would be amazing too, because it would be great if Peter turned into Venom and had to fight Miles as Spider-Man. I mean, that might be interesting.
It would be dope if they introduced the X-Men through this property too, since they're already doing whatever.
Or Fantastic Four, somebody.
Yeah, you know, since you're already doing the this don't really count, like why
Right,
not?
like,
you
why
own it
not
now.
backdoor things this way? So
Yeah.
that's how I'm looking at
Like,
it.
can we finally say mutants? Can we?
You know what I'm saying?
I think by the next what if you will be able to, because
No, but
yeah,
the
they
rumors
introduced
are
a mutant. They introduced a mutant in Black Widow.
yeah,
they
but they
say the
still
word?
not, no, they have never said the word.
They never said the word.
But
They-
they didn't say mutant. They just he was an actor, and it was the dude from the X-Men movie, the other X-Men movies, but he didn't have he was just an actor, like, in the show.
But
Like,
I thought they gave his character the same name. I can't remember the character's name right now.
right, but they never said the word. It's a terminology.
They never said
specifically.
mutant. Okay.
never.
No.
Yeah.
No, definitely not. The internet
They
would
have
exploded.
gifts. Her, like, Peter. That's his
Peter is
name, right?
bitten. Yeah.
No, what's his name? I can't remember
come to
Wanda's
me.
brother's name.
Quicksilver.
Yeah.
That's still
Pietro. You were thinking
Pietro.
Pietro.
Yeah,
That's
same
the
name,
thing.
but not the term mutant itself has
Isn't
still never
used.
been used.
no.
Yeah.
But by the time the next season of What If comes out, I think the rumor is that Scarlet Witch is going to have a fight against a Fox character in Doctor Strange, and everyone's assuming it's to be Dark Phoenix. But they say it's a big fight, like some old, Thanos versus her fight level shit.
Right. I would like to
Wow.
see it. Like I would like, and like I said, when we just talk about season 2 or whatever, like I would like to see if they can also parallel what we see in the live action, just in terms of bringing in other licensed universes into the fold.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be cool. Any other last minute comments or thoughts that you wanted to mention that you didn't get a chance to earlier?
I think
You
you,
know
got
what?
everything. Y'all did a great job.
Oh,
Janicia got something.
No.
I mean,
Y'all did it. Y'all
Janicia
just-
got something. Go ahead, girl. You got it.
She said, "You know what? So here we go."
You know what? No, I do like that we have entered into, like, what Rod calls Disney capitalism, where they are exploring diversity and the things that we talk about on the streets. They're like implementing that shit on screen. So I really did appreciate in that first episode with Captain Carter, Captain Britain, I did appreciate the way that I forget who the person was who kept dismissing her, who kept being disappointed that she was even in the role. Like, she comes out, she's damn near 8 feet. She can beat everybody's ass.
Right.
and
It was
he's
the
still
general.
like,
It was the general.
You're a woman.
Yeah.
You're a
Yeah.
woman.
The confidence of a white man.
Right. And I just like that it kind of highlighted the absurdity and ridiculousness and how illogical bigotry is. You know what I'm saying? Because she comes out with all the tools to do the shit, and he can't wrap his mind around it. He's still like dismissing her like she doesn't count or whatever. But anyway, that's my only thing. I like that.
All right. Well, thank y'all so much. This has been, as usual, an amazing conversation about What If Season 1. Before we go, I just want to make sure everyone has a chance to talk their shit and let everybody know what you're working on or stuff you want to announce or where people can find you. And anyone, just feel free to speak up.
Okay, I can go. So yeah, y'all can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Nisha Plays. Where I also talk about my cosplay. So I just did my Velma one, so that's out there. Also, like I said, I am from the But Why Though podcast community, where right now we are actually raising money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. So if people want to check that out, just head over to my page and there's plenty of information there. And yeah, my podcasts are Did You Have To, the anime podcast, and then there is So Here's What Happened.
Dope. Camera.
She's like, I'm picking somebody.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Thank you. This has been so much fun. You can find me, Karma, the Blerd Girl, TheBlerdGurl, all over the interwebs, mostly on Twitter and Instagram. My Twitch show, The Blerd Girl Live, is on Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. I also have one Tuesday mornings from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. because I'm out of my mind. And anybody who saw last week could see how fun it is when I'm sleepy and I'm gaming. And I did. I played a game, actually, on Twitch.
What game did you play?
Scrabble. I wanted it to be interactive, but
That's
there were
fine.
there's some indie games that I'm also playing. Alto's Odyssey is another one that is actually really chill. Might have some Abzu in there because it's 8 a.m. and I don't want to think. I'll do Mortal Kombat ripping heads off later. I can't do it first thing in the morning. But check out both the shows. I'm having a lot of fun. And the chat is very chill, very safe. And that's the point of it. Like, so much craziness on social media. You can just come, chill, no judgment, hang out. That's the point.
Wonderful. Nisha with the pronoun she and they.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, my name is Janicia, or Jay, from Tea with Queen and Jay, a womanist race nerd podcast. So you can find us everywhere at Tea with Queen and Jay. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Tea with QJ. If you want to find me personally, I'm at Janicia F, JANICIAF. And that's it. Hit me up.
Wonderful. Rodimus.
You can find me. I do a podcast with my wife, who obviously I would destroy the universe for. It's called The Blackout Tips, and we're everywhere you get podcasts. And my Twitter is Rodimus Prime. So just check us out. And as always, thanks for having me on these panels. I always look forward to this, and it's always fun. You always get such good guests to vibe with.
Thank you. And Ben, I usually do this outro, but do you want to speak up on this side? Talk about you, what you doing?
Not really, but you can find me out here. It's your boy DJ Ben Amin, at DJ Ben Amin on Twitter, on Instagram. You can also find Tatiana King at Tatiana King. You can find both of us at For All Nerds. And this is our specialty podcast at Views from the 616, which is at Views from 616 on social media. Mm-hmm. You can find this live stream every Monday at 1 p.m. twitch.tv/forallnerds, where we live stream our Marvel reviews, and you will see this, and you're probably watching this right now.
Yes. And make sure you are supporting us in many different ways, such as following us on your favorite podcast platform. Follow For All Nerds to get views from the 616 and all the amazing million podcasts that we put out like every 2 months. Make sure you are following us on Twitch, twitch.tv/forallnerds. You can support us through our Patreon, patreon.com/forallnerds. Every tier is special, and everyone who is part of the Patreon gets special privileges. You have a lot of new free things coming from New York Comic Con, so make sure you pay attention, because a lot of that stuff is first come, first serve. So pay attention. It's coming. Thank you all to have picked up your T-shirts and your merch from our TeePublic store, teepublic.com/stores/forallnerds. I am wearing the Would you like to fuck around and find out shirt from Loki. Rodimus, this should sound familiar to you, doesn't it?
I need that Wong shirt. I gotta get my hands on that Wong shirt.
We'll make sure we'll send y'all the Wong shirts. Ben, wearing the turquoise Wong was right shirt, which was a big hit at New York Comic Con, and all sorts of beautiful designs, especially from our design partners such as Chrissy Chung. Thank you so much. Sketch Sawyer, we love you, appreciate you. And as usual, thank you to everyone who does their part in sharing For All Nerds and talking about For All Nerds and putting us and picking us up and all that stuff. We love you, we appreciate you, and we will see you soon.